England fans, what are your thoughts on this team? A very much new look England team. Do I think it's England's best team? I'm not completely sure, but let me ask England fans to get the best perspective. Kieran, what's your thoughts?
It's an improved team, 100%. I think the back row is looking a lot better. I'm liking Benner. I'm liking Courtney Law's coming back. Billy V is making his appearance. It's yeah. The Fords are a little bit washed in the front row. I can't be honest. Joe Marler, what is he doing back in that squad? And Jamie George, I hope he gets the line out sorted for Christ's sake. And Will Stewart, he needs to sort himself out for that three shirt.
Yeah, I completely agree. The biggest issue for England with me is Jack Van Portfleet being back in that team. I really don't understand. I don't understand what this guy is doing to keep on getting back into this England team. Like Kieran, at this point, he must have some dirty information on Borthwick. That's the only thing I'm thinking of that he's doing to get back into this team. The centre combination is looking wavy. Like those guys are absolute ballers, and the back three is looking tidy. But I know you hate Jack Van Portfleet. What's your thoughts on him starting at Twickers?
There's no point having a backline this good with Lawrence, Marchant loaded up and then having 9 second ruck speed passing the ball away. Okay, there's no point having him there. He hasn't got a box picking game. He doesn't have a running game. He's very slow. He's very unmethodical. His rugby IQ and intelligence is not where it should be as a nine. So it's an exciting backline. I'm hoping England get the W though. But yeah, this backline is looking a lot better.
Yeah, 100%. And star boy Henry Arundel starting as well. I think this is a player that we wanted to gas up so much. But yeah, what's your other thoughts, Kieran?
What Marcus Smith has been dropped, guys. Marcus Smith is gone out of this match day squad. No Marcus Smith on the bench. He is cleared. What do we think?
For me, honestly, it's not a massive surprise. I said going into the World Cup, he's probably England's third best number 10. With George Ford and Owen Farrell, you can't complain. I said again, Kieran, I said it before and I said it again. George Ford probably needs to start with Owen Farrell in the centres with Lawrence at 13. I think Marchant and Lawrence as a combination could be a combination for disaster. Looking at the bench, you've got Genge on the bench as well. Another shock. Theo Dan is really cementing himself as the backup number 2 for England. Willis on the bench as well. I know, that can't be serious. England need to get their form back, and Jack Willis is on the bench. What's your thoughts on that?
The only player in the Six Nations that had any composure against Ireland was Jack Willis. He was a breakdown menace, and you don't start selecting him in a match day squad. It's bonkers to me. And then I think you look at it, Johnny Hill, penalty merchant, get him out, bring in someone else, bring in Ollie Chesham. I'd rather Ollie Chesham. And then George Ford coming on. I'm saying that England will go to George Ford at fly half. They'll go to Farrell at 12, and then they'll go at Lawrence or a Marchant can go in that 13 slot. Marchant will probably go to the wing. I'm not too sure, but it's a very dynamic team, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the balance, but there's some players in there that can just ruin it for me. I just think.
And Kieran, but the issue I have with you talking about balance, why would you start Jack Van Portfleet and have Ben Youngs on the bench? You're basically saying, hey, we're going to copy and paste the nine. Is that they're the exact same number 9, Jack Van Portfleet and Ben Youngs. You've got slow ruck ball, no composure, and you bring them on back to back. To me personally, it doesn't make sense. But why is it Danny Care's not getting a look into that first team in your opinion?
What? Why don't you start Ben Youngs, who can have a box kicking game, who can actually run some sort of show at 9, and then bring on Jack Van Portfleet for experience in the last 20-30? It doesn't make sense. For me, that needs to be swapped around completely.
Yeah, I completely agree. And another thing we were talking about the other day as well. How are Joe Marler and Dan Cole still getting into this England team?
Oh, though annoys me. Why is Dan Cole there? Get him out. He's useless. It's just Steve Borthwick going solely to a Leicester bias and going with Dan Cole. He was good in 2017-18 when England went down to Australia. He has a scrummaging game, granted. He is more immobile than the South African forwards. Why on earth are we selecting him?
Oh, Kieran, and yeah, I think now it's that time of the show where we say to ourselves, match day predictions. What does this England team do against Wales? Are you sticking with the earlier prediction you made, or are you now less convinced? I think England still to have a convincing win, but what's your thoughts?
England to win by less than 7 points.
Genuinely.
Home advantage. Swing lows through Charrett is only going to get him over the line. I think Jack Willis is going to be the deciding factor in my opinion. But if Ben Earl has a chance of being in this World Cup squad and cementing his shirt in there, this is the biggest game of his life. against Wales at Twickenham, there's no excuses. If he has a game where he messes up, that is solely on him, but he should not be selected. There's a lot of talk around Benro being Prem Player of the Season. He needs to be it now. He needs to be that guy.
I completely agree. Ben O, his England future for me is on the line now, and he needs a massive game. 100%.
What's your predictions for this weekend then?
Oh, for me this weekend, I'm going to say Wales will lose. I'm going to say Wales will convincingly lose to this England team. I think with Farrell back at the helm, guys like Maro, Toje, I only see it going one way personally. Yeah, you go.
Yeah. Farrell isn't going to let that happen. He's too competitive, got too much of a competitive edge, and people work around Farrell. They know exactly his leadership, and he would never let Wales go ahead in the game. For me, Farrell and Jack Willis are going to be the deciding factors.
100%, 100%. Guys, in the comment section for us, we're going to wrap up this video now. Leave your predictions down below. Who do you see winning? Who's going to be your man of the match in the game? Answer that pinned question we're going to have for you in the comment section. From Kieran and Taddy, it's been another episode, and we're going to see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.